Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this Valentine's Day look, originally I wanted to do something really dramatic on the eyes with pink glitter, hot pink glitter. I wanted to do silver and champagne. And then I was like, I don't know, I feel like I don't really do much to the lips as a focal point. So for this look, I really tried to make the lips the focal point. I put in this gold cupid's bow, which I think looks really cool and kind of angelic. So for this look, the emphasis is definitely on the lips, I think, but the eyes are definitely very pretty and very soft and very feminine. Just kind of lightly buffed a warm pink color in the crease. I did a very cute kind of like feminine cat eye. I only smoked out the outer half or outer third of the lower lash line, kind of to elongate the eye. I think it's really flattering on most eye shapes. I kept the skin really natural, put a nice flush of pink on the lips, and of course we have a beautiful peachy lip with a gold cupid's bow. You can skip the gold at cupid's bow, but I thought it was a really cool touch, and I feel like it's not like anything I've done on my channels. I chose to keep the skin really natural. I didn't do highlighting or contouring, which is kind of shocking for a makeup YouTube video in my opinion, but I didn't do it because, I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't really necessary. I wanted this look to be really soft, really angelic, and really feminine, so I just decided to keep my face the way it was, and I just, you know, put a touch of gold on the cupid's bow. So anyway, I hope you enjoy watching this tutorial. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. It's full of love for yourself, your friends, maybe your significant other, but mostly for yourself. And speaking of loving yourself, I'm actually starting a video series on my channel, tentatively called Self-Care Diaries, and the first video for that series is going to be up next week after this tutorial is posted. So I hope you guys get excited for that, because I really have been spending a lot of time kind of creating this content for this video series, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Our first order of business is priming our skin. I'm going to be using, or actually trying out for the first time, this Milk Makeup Blurring Primer. It basically applies like a glue stick, and then you pat it in or rub it in with your fingers. Honestly, I can't really tell you how I feel about it, because I feel like large pores is not really an issue that I deal with. So I feel like if you looked up a review from someone who has oilier skin or large pores, I think they would be able to tell you a lot more about this product than I can. But from what I can see, it's pretty good. It didn't make my foundation break up or anything throughout the day. So, A+. Now for foundation, I'm using my NARS Tinted Radiant Moisturizer in the color St. Moritz. I freaking love this foundation. I don't think that's ever going to change. But I really specifically chose this foundation, even though I do have other foundations, because I wanted to have a very natural, radiant finish. I didn't want super heavy, high coverage. Now I'm going to do some cream highlighting. I'm using the Glossier Haloscope in the color Quartz. By the way, I have completely fallen in love with this product. It is just so beautiful and natural looking. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look too bright. It just looks really natural on the skin. I love it. Now I'm using my Cover FX Peach Color Corrector underneath my eyes, just a very small amount, just to cancel out any darkness or discoloration before I go in with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. This is a wonderful concealer that I would recommend to someone who has more dry under eyes, because it's a very creamy, kind of hydrating concealer. I've been really enjoying it. And the next step after I blend out my concealer is to set with powder. I'm using my Laura Mercier Candle Glow powder in the color Medium, and I'm just kind of lightly setting my under eyes, and then I'm setting my entire face because I love the finish of this powder. For eyeshadow, I'm using Makeup Forever eyeshadow in the color Cinnamon, and I'm just kind of lightly dusting that into my crease to define my crease. This is not a dramatic eyeshadow look because I wanted the emphasis to be on the lips. So instead, I'm just using these pink colors now to create kind of like a haze of pink around the eyes, because I think it's really beautiful for brown eyes. Now I'm taking a mix of that brown and pink eyeshadow, and I'm putting that on the outer half of my lower lash line, and then to ground that color, I'm taking a dark brown color from the Tartelette palette, and I'm putting that more tightly on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to create a very thin, skinny wing using my Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner. I have done like a full tutorial on winged eyeliner, and I will link it down below for you to watch. Now I'm using my Dior lash primer, and then I'm following up with my Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant Mascara. This combination of mascara and primer is wonderful. I absolutely love it. Now for blush and contour, this is actually just a blush color. I'm using my NARS Dual Intensity blush in the color Liberation. I'm taking the dark rosy color, and I'm basically using that as a bronzer. I've really been enjoying using dark blushes as bronzer lately. I think it's really youthful and pretty. Then I'm taking the baby pink color in like the Dual Intensity palette, and I'm basically popping that onto the apples of my cheeks to bring my features forward and to bring some light to that area. Now I'm doing my lower lash line real quick, and then for lips, I'm using NARS lip pencil in the color Wamia, which is like a corally pink color. It's kind of like an orangey corally pink color. And then I'm using Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the color Sweet Cream, which is a beautiful peachy color. I absolutely love this shade, and also this formula is incredible. To lighten the center of my lips a little bit to make my lips look fuller, I'm going back over that with a lip liner. And now, because I forgot, I'm going to do my brows by just quickly combing through them with some brow gel. Now for the Cupid's bow, I'm using Pat McGrath Loose Gold Pigment, and I'm just using a very skinny angled brush, and I'm just popping that onto the V of my Cupid's bow. Now, I felt like the line was getting a little too thick, so I went over the bottom edge with my lip liner as to kind of erase the gold and make the gold a lot more precise and thin. I'm using the same gold pigment to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, and then I'm using a NARS Dual Intensity shadow in the color Callisto, which is like an icy baby pink color, to highlight my brow bone. And that is a completed look. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. I feel like it's really just fresh and girly and angelic. I keep using the word angelic, but that's really the vibe that I was going for. I have been really into like that kind of like angelic imagery lately. I'm really digging it for the year. Alright, so that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending this time with me. I had so much fun creating this look. I love the gold Cupid's bow. I think it's just so cool. Like, obviously it's been done before by tons of people. I think I saw it first done by Pat McGrath because, of course, I did use her gold pigment. So tons of people have done it before, but I've never done it on myself. So that in itself is very exciting for me. I hope you enjoyed watching. Happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.